Who's the best boss you've ever had? Have you ever thought about that? Why were they a great boss? Maybe because they knew their stuff. They'd been there before. They had a lot of experience. Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best leader that you've ever worked with, been around? What made them great? What made them so good at being a leader? So many times we confuse being a boss with being a leader, and they can be one and the same. Your boss can be a great leader. However, so many times we see bosses who are not good leaders. Bosses who are not leaders at all. They're managers. They're put in a position of management. We call them boss because they tell us what to do. They point here, they point there. Yeah, they might show the way, but they tell you what to do, and then they kind of take a lot of the glory because they're the boss. So if you're in a position of being a boss, I would encourage you to learn how to be a good leader. And it's doable. You can actually go from being a boss to being a leader. And it takes some work. It takes some personal commitment. And I'm going to give you 5 areas that you need to work on if you want to move in this year, this year 2021. It's not a coming year, this year 2021. If you want to actually go from being a boss to being a leader this year, you need to focus on 5 areas. Oh, and we terribly need good leaders. We are so lacking in good, strong leaders today in our country and our communities. So, if you have a desire to lead, then you need to work on these 5 areas. The first one, work on yourself. If you're not willing to work on your own personal development, how can you expect anybody else to work on themselves, to grow? Things like your attitude. If you have a stinky attitude, that's one thing you see in a lot of bosses. They have a stinky attitude because they think everybody's going to do it wrong, and they're the only ones who know how to do it right. Now, I'm putting some really big characteristics on a boss that, in a lot of cases aren't there, but you understand. You need to work on your skills. If you're not continuing to grow in your skills, in your skill set for your job or your career or your business, the business that you own, if you're not continuing to grow and to work on yourself to learn new and better skills, you're going to fall behind and you're not going to be able to lead people. You need to read. President Harry Truman said, all readers, how did it go? All leaders are readers, but not all readers are all readers are leaders, but not all leaders are readers, something like that. If you truly want to lead people, you need to read. Now, you can read audiobooks. That's really cool today. And my audiobook is out, The Success Grower. Go to Amazon, look up The Success Grower. In fact, you need to put in my name because for some reason you put in the title of the book and I don't know, it seems to have a hard time finding, but you put in my name and it pops right up. Get my audiobook because we spend so much time in our car driving or waiting in line or exercising, whatever it is. Use that opportunity to read. Read my book and learn learn the 8 elements to achieve your goals. It'll help you be a better leader too. You can listen to podcasts, same kind of a deal. And get information, learn skills, improve yourself. So the first area is to work on yourself. The second area, if you want to go from being a boss to a leader this year, the second area that you need to work on is you need to work on being a servant leader. Bosses tell people what to do for the most part. That's not a leader. A leader, a true leader, is someone who acts as a guide to the people who work with them, who work for them, who follow them. You show the way. You go the way so that they can come with you. You are a mentor to them. You teach them how to do the job. You teach them the path you're going. You show them the vision of where you're going and what you want to accomplish. You support them in their work. You help them find their own path. You encourage them. When it gets hard, you encourage them. You cheer for them to keep going. Just because they stumble and fall doesn't mean you have to yell at them and it's over. No, you pick them up and you carry them along and you help them succeed and you help them achieve. A servant leader cheers for their people. A servant leader makes sure they have all the right tools that they need, all the right resources that they need. They don't leave it up to some other person, some other system. No, a servant leader makes sure their people are taken care of and have what they need. And then when they achieve the goal, when they achieve the result that they're after, a good servant leader will celebrate with them. The third area that you need to work on to move from being a boss to a leader is you need to show your appreciation. Kind of tied into the last one about being a servant leader. You need to show your appreciation. Reward them when you can, when it's right. Reward them. Set up little reward systems. Show that you appreciate the work that they put in. Acknowledge the fact that they put in a lot of hard work. A lot of people just want to be recognized. They want to be acknowledged for the work they do. And not just be tomorrow, show up again and do it all again. They'd like to have somebody just say, thank you. You worked really hard on that. Look what you accomplished. Thank you. They acknowledge the work. If you want to show your appreciation, make sure you acknowledge the work. You stand up and you cheer for them and you give them the glory. If you truly want to show people that you appreciate their work and you want to be a good leader, give them the glory. Don't take it yourself because you didn't do it. They did. Give them the glory. And then as new opportunities come up for new jobs, new projects, to learn new skills, give them new opportunities because we all want to do better. We all want to grow. We all want to have more opportunities in our careers and in our life. And as a leader, you are the one who can identify the opportunities for people so they can grow. Because if they grow, you grow. Your business grows. Your department grows. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're leading, it will get better. The fourth area that you need to work on in order to move from being a boss to a leader, stop micromanaging. A lot of times bosses think, well, if you want it done right, I've got to do it myself. And that's a lot of times the attitude. And so you're always looking over people's shoulder. You're always checking in on them. You're always asking them to report to me, what are you doing and how's it going? Stop micromanaging. People are smart. The people who work with you are smart. All you have to do is trust them. Show them that you trust them and they will go so far for you. Support them. Give them the support that they need, the tools, the resources, the emotional support. Make sure they have that kind of support and set expectations high for them. And then let them go do it. Make sure that you set the expectation of what the outcome needs to be and don't give them step-by-step instructions and look over their shoulder all the time and ask them to report. Check in on them to make sure that they've got what they need and they're getting the work done, yes. But support them. Set the expectation high and let your people just run because that's what they want to do. The fifth area that you need to work on if you want to move from being a boss to a leader is you need to learn how to communicate early and often. Communication is one of the biggest faults that most of us have because we all have this up in our head, and we think we know that everybody else knows. And we think we know that everybody else understands what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish and where we're at and where we're going. And it's not true. If you don't communicate with them from the very beginning where you're going and what you want to do and the vision of what you want to accomplish, a great leader will communicate the vision of where you're going. Because a lot of times your people have an idea how to get there that's a lot better than yours. That's why you communicate early, so they know where you're going. They know what the vision is, so that they can help you get there faster and better. You know, there's a saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you're working in a department, you're working on a project, you're running a business, if you want to build it fast, you can do it yourself, but you're going to cap out. If you want to build for the long term, and you want to build something that just grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger, take people with you. Show them the vision. Show them what you're wanting to accomplish. Help them understand what it is that you want to do and what the benefits will be for them and for your customers and everybody else, your constituents. And then they will work hard to get there, as long as you do all of these 5 things to support them and make sure they have the tools and resources, and you trust them, and you're not just looking over their shoulder, and you communicate as much as you can so that they know they're doing a good job, or they know that they need to pivot and make a change. We don't need more bosses. We need more leaders. This country and this society is lacking in good leaders. And many of you are good leaders. So please don't think I'm denigrating anybody, but I see so many businesses, communities, organizations, politics that do not have good leaders and do not have good leadership. They might be good bosses telling people what to do, but that's not a leader. So if you want to move this year from being a boss to being a leader, you have to lead yourself first. If you don't lead yourself first, if you don't change your leadership of your own self, if you can't discipline and control your own habits and your own self, you can't control or expect anybody else to follow along. If you don't lead yourself first, you won't be able to lead anybody else. So if you're in a position to be a boss, or you're about to be, or you want to be, first learn how to be a good leader. You'll go farther. You will go faster. You'll go much further, and you'll have a great team of people who are going with you that you're going to really enjoy that journey. I'm Mark Schinner. This is your Sunday strategy for today. Learn how to be a leader and not just a boss. I hope you have a great week. It's the first full week in January 2021. I hope you have a great week this week, and I'll be back and talk to you tomorrow.